you? What do you
Euthanized
want?
brain.
Who are you?
Dignitas brain.
Don't worry. I'm just a waitress.
Dignitas brain. Hey. I've got to move the thing. Hey. Oracle Truth is a dickhead. SK Schaefer is a dickhead. Hey. Gorhee is a dickhead. Saint Laub is a dickhead. Do not eat the hoops. Hoops are fucking shite. Do not eat hoops. Rosanna, investigate the rebel base. I shouldn't have laughed during that. Check on what those rebels are doing. Those fucking idiots. Check on what those fucking Egypts are up to. You there. What's your name? Bonko. Can we get to the cow? I can't do mental maths. Pepsi scrolls, that's very cruel. And true. Solve the maths problem displayed on the screen and speak the answer. The faster you answer, the higher the score. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do mental maths. The cup.
I am standing.
Go to the table.
The table. Okay.
Look at the cup.
You say blue cup, but there are three.
Look at the cup.
You say blue
Look
cup,
at the
but
cup.
there are three. You say blue
Look
cup,
at
but
cup.
there are three. You say blue
Look at
cup,
cup.
but there are three. You say blue
Look at the
cup,
cup.
but there. You say blue
Dr.
cup.
Clem.
You say
Look at the
blue
cup.
cup.
It's got
You
that
say blue
taste
cup.
that you
say
just
blue
won't
cup.
forget.
Egg. Gotta move the thing. Egg. Oracle Truth is a dickhead. SK Schaefer is a dickhead. Egg. Gorhee is a dickhead. Saint Laub is a dickhead. Souls was a thing. Look at this. This takes me back. The white end is just out of control here. Be prison for you. Egg. Red? Egg. Am I gonna have to make a mug tree prison for you? Red? Am I gonna have to make a mug tree prison for you? I did it because I will.
Mug tree! Mug tree!
I will do it. This is the most Look at this. This is the most unreadable chat I've ever seen in my life. This entire stream trying to turn it into lowercase, and then we'll do a find and replace. So we'll replace all. We'll take the string answer, and then we replace speech marks with nothing, and then we just save it again as answer. Okay, and now, let me the cup.
I am standing.
Go to the table.
The table. Okay.
Look at the cup.
You say blue cup, but there are three.
Look at the cup.
You say blue
Look
cup,
at the
but
cup.
there are three. You say blue
Look
cup,
at the
but
cup.
there are three. You say blue
Look at the
cup,
cup.
but there are three. You say blue
Look at the
cup,
cup.
but there. You say blue
Dr.
cup.
Clem.
You say
Look at the
blue
cup.
cup.
It's got
You
that
say blue
taste
cup.
that you
say
just
blue
won't.
I'm thinking so. Because before, That's the only hospitalisation I can remember where I was the right age. All of the hospitalisations I was thinking I was pre-nuts. No, don't lock that in. Thank you, Maggie, for breaking the chain. Curb, yay, zip, dump. It would be a lot more visible if it's a short phrase, like a 4. Curb, yay, zip, dump. Curb, yeah. Would have points and be in some kind of leaderboard for something. That's all I can think of. Yeah, I want to be the first Twitch stream that is not only shut down by the EU for allowing people to gamble with premium currency, but all outside.
Why? Oh. Operator, are you also feeling nervous? My pulse is racing, even though I don't have a heart. Okay, I'm coming.
Hey!
The storage booths. Okay.
Use lock lever. Lever.
Run? I can advance quickly.
Stop. The storage booths.
The storage booths. Okay.
Push.
What is it?
Pull.
What?
Push. Do you think there is any way to make this game good or pleasant? It's currently a game, there's a lot going on, but I think it's viscerally unpleasant to be in it. No, no, no. Would have points and be in some kind of leaderboard for something. That's all I can think of. Yeah, I want to be the first Twitch stream that is not only shut down by the EU for allowing people to gamble with premium currency, but also shut down.
This until we get back to Earth.
Look at the cup.
You say blue cup, but there are 3 of them. Be more specific.
Look at the cup.
You say blue cup, but there are 3 of them. Be more specific.
Look at cup.
You say blue cup, but there are 3 of them. Be more
Look.
specific.
Look at cup.
You say
Would have points and be in some kind of leaderboard for something. That's all I can think of. Yeah, I want to be the first Twitch stream that is not only shut down by the EU for allowing people to gamble with premium currency, but also shut. I don't know if I needed dialogue to tell me that. There are books here. Okay, I didn't want that anymore, but that's where that is. So now I'm looking for the other thing. For the most part, you can be animals. I think there are certain things which give identities away, like commenting. Also, hello Beth, thank you very much for the resubscription. Just to give you a little, I don't know if I can really summarise what we're doing. We're trying to rewrite Mary Shelley's Frankenstein as a Reddit Am I the Asshole post about a forward.
Yep.
Blue.
Yep.
Stop.
Yep.
Forward.
I'm on the center dock
Forward.
right now. What?
Green. I now think she should stop.
So what?
What are you hearing? What are you hearing when I say shoot that makes you jump all the way? Swoop.
Yep. Ah! Ah!
That's so fucking stupid. I've made the stupidest fucking leaderboard in the world. That is the worst leaderboard in the world. So the highest amount you can get, is 9.
It makes it seem as if I'm not all alone. Just like now. favorite word or saying.
Piss.
I agree. Peace.
Okay. No, stop voting for cock and balls. Hey, wait, what problem do you think we're trying to solve here? Do you remember what led us here?
You keep voting for cock and balls.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. A good Pete is a dickhead. Hey. Gotta move the mouth in, mouth box, mouth colouring, mouth it, mouth down, mouth on, mouth so, whatever the upper boundary of that is. You didn't, there was a big campaign that no more page 3. I remember Bridget Christie was some way associated with it, or just had the t-shirt.
You say blue
Dr.
cup.
Clem,
You say
look at
blue
the
cup.
cup.
it's got
You
that
say blue
taste
cup.
that you
say
just
blue
won't
cup.
forget.
What should
Look
I
at the
check?
cup.
You say
Look at the
blue
cup.
cup. There are many
Look at the
kinds
cup.
of cup. What
Look
should
at
I
the cup.
check?
Look at the cup.
You say blue
Look at the
cup,
cup.
but there. What should I
Look at
check?
the cup.
What should I
Look at the
check?
cup.
What should
Look
I
at the
check?
cup.
You say
Look at the
blue
cup.
cup. What should
Look
I
at the
check?
cup.
What should
Look
I
at the cup.
check? What
Look
should
at
I
the cup.
check? What
Look
should
at
I
the cup.
check?
Look at the cup.
What
Look
should
at the
I
cup.
check?
Look
What
at.
Listen to me, Rio. You know I care about you. Leave the dangerous stuff to me. Take an escape shuttle out of here.
Hey, what should I do?
Why are you
Kill
still
him.
here?
Okay, I'll try that.
No, stop voting for cock and balls. Hey, wait, what problem do you think we're trying to solve here? Do you remember what led us here?
You keep voting for cock and balls. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm proud of you. There we go, Sora. If you dropped out, it would take a little bit for it to register you. Good for me to know, though, so I can understand the reliability of the roll call tool. It's bad. Can you be kind about my progeny, please? I'm never going to give birth again if people... Depot. Depot. Huh?
4, 3,
Depot.
2,
What do you want me to say? Chill.
unbelievable!
Oh, Depot. No, stop voting for cock and balls. Hey, wait, what problem do you think we're trying to solve here? Do you remember what led us here?
You keep voting for cock and balls. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah. Mouth in, mouth box, mouth colouring, mouth it, mouth down, mouth on, mouth so. No, stop voting for cock and balls. Hey, wait, what problem do you think we're trying to solve here? Do you remember what led us here?
You keep voting for cock and balls. We'll have to do it again.
I don't make the rules. Oh no, I did make the rules. Welcome everyone. It is Friday night and we are ready to map. It is cozy head to toe in and around my body. Hat on top, slippers on the bottom. They will go sight unseen. This is not King of Time's footstream. This is Sean Morley's Crypt-o-Cartography. This is the stream where I will be putting your paranormal experiences on an ever-increasing map that is open to the public. Welcome, one and all. This is the stream that we did last Friday. The workflow is pretty simple. There is an open voice channel in the Discord, ! Discord. And people are invited to come on there if you have ever witnessed, encountered, or experienced anything in your life that you could not explain. Remember, people have a very narrow definition of the paranormal. They think it's a ghost. They think it's maybe sort of a spooky sheet with a big trident, shivering, screaming about payday loans or something. It's not. It's paranormal is anything beyond the normal. It is anything that you cannot easily explain. And for many of us, with our limited grasp of the sheer absurd complexity of the universe, we should be having a paranormal experience every couple of weeks, by my reckoning. I, of course, live in a country where the culture and language is still beyond my grip, so I have a paranormal experience every few hours. But of course, no obligation to come in. I'm happy just to chat. Here is the map that we have so far. I've learned you can put little icons on. So in the southernmost, we have the potentially eldritch cupboard of Brixton. We have the Malvern pig rat of Malvern. We have the forever electrician of Rotherham Hospital. And of course, we have Scone Kong or Scone Kong. I don't remember how we landed on the pronunciation of that one. As our 4-starter, I'd be more than happy to entertain your story of a foreign ghost. And our workflow is as such, if someone comes onto the call, first we will locate the entity or experience on this map of the entire world. That's right, you could have had it on the South Pole and we can still accommodate it. Then we will do a write-up. Then we will make an image. Then we will slam all of that into the map. Just caught off by the fact it says gland, where England should be. Thank you so much for triggering the welcome there. I love seeing new faces in Birmingham New Street, and I love seeing this community grow from strength to strength. Hello, Lucy Lefty. Thank you very much for triggering the welcome bear. Welcome in. Mugtree, of course. There'll be no more counters for the egg, Mugtree, and gun wars. Hopefully, they can now all be put to bed.
Egg.
Oh, it just read out the Mugtree counter. Let me turn that off. Mugtree, do not print. Do not print the Mugtree counter. So, welcome everyone. Oh, that scared me. Hello.
Egg.
And also just to get people thinking. What's your favourite cryptid? Infinite referendum is now open. If anyone has a favourite cryptid they'd like to bring into the light. Hello, Pepsi Scrolls. If you weren't around last Friday, this is a new Friday format. It is a call-in semi-radio show where people can call in and talk about their paranormal experiences. That will be then plotted onto a map that is public, that people can then overlay as a layer on their own Google Maps. It's call in again, yeah. for as long as it seems like it has potential, and then I'll scrap it and I'll do something else. That is, you mind it? Oh, hello. Is that a ghost? Am I having a paranormal experience? Shall I put my own location? Shall I dox myself, put my own location straight on the map? Just in the vicinity of Amsterdam. Probably as close as I'm willing to say. Well, I'm worried. I'm worried people will send me vouchers and anthrax. Just near Amsterdam. Hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm pretty good. Had anything fizzy lately? I don't mind.
Fizzy day, fizzy life,
Yeah?
fizzy atmosphere.
You've had a fizzy life.
I think so.
That sounds...
Medically fizzy.
Oh, you've been medically fizzy. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
It's all right. I think it qualifies me to extra employment rights. I'm not sure.
Yeah? You're getting PIP for fizz?
Yeah.
Can we get...
Big Pip fizz claim.
Can people put PIP for fizz in the chat, please? Now that's a cause to march for.
You weren't being haunted before, by the way. That was me doing a little joke that won't outstay its welcome.
Oh, you were vocally cosplaying as a ghost.
Yeah.
You were doing an impression.
Dressed my tonsils up with the finest
Sounds.
Yeah.
So, you wetted my whistle with the promise of a foreign ghost. You wetted my whistle. You wetted my whistle with the promise of a foreign ghost.
Yes. Well, I can't confirm if the ghost was foreign, but we were both.
Oh, bloody hell!
I don't want to make assumptions about people's residence because I feel like I'd just be as bad as the rest of them if I do that, right?
Rest of who? Sorry.
Well, you know, them.
Yeah, the other. Yeah.
The other. The abstract fear. Yeah, so, I mean, we were both overseas when we encountered one another, or me and the plural.
You encountered a plurality.
How do you want to explore this anecdote? What's your preference?
First, let's get a pin on the map. Where did this occur?
Where would you guess if you had to have a guess?
France.
No.
Belgium.
No.
Luxembourg. Germany.
No.
Spain.
Hotter.
Hotter than Spain? Hotter than Spain? Morocco?
It was in Crete.
Okay. Is that hotter than Spain?
Could be if you leave the hob on.
Yep. All right. Yeah. All right. The old hob rule. Crete. Is this Crete?
I'm looking at the sea.
Is this Crete?
Did it say Crete on it?
I don't know. It says Critty. That's Crete. Hello, immoral. Thank you. I'm moral. Why is this like this? Hang on. Italy's called Italy. Spain's called Spain. So I'm not in a different language. Maybe it's called Critty now. Like how where is it? Like Czechia is called Czechia now. Maybe Crete's called Critty.
Oh, am I accidentally dead naming?
Or English naming, which is probably just as bad. Okay. So where about in Critty were you?
Now this might need a bit of imagination because I was quite young at the time.
Probably the capital, maybe.
No, it was very rural. It was very rural because the the context that led up to the ghost was me and my family had rented some pretty shonky bikes, and we decided to go on a kind of find our own adventure cycling tour where I think we pretty much ended up accidentally like doing the length of the island at some without realizing. We basically got lost up a lot of hills after wandering through a pushing bikes through. Have you ever pushed a bike through sand?
No.
It's harder than it sounds.
Sounds rough.
And so kind of what kind of image have you got of kind of a family cycling holiday? Well, not a cycling holiday, but a holiday in which cycling occurred in Crete. Pretty joyous, right?
It sounds probably quite hot. It sounds difficult, honestly. It's really hot there. So I wouldn't personally go on a cycling holiday in literally the middle of the Mediterranean.
Yeah, and then extend that for hours beyond was initially planned. So the picnic supplies have been exhausted. All the stuff my mum's nicked from the kind of hotel, that's gone at this point. The kind of we're out of water. The last bit of civilization we saw was a German nudist hotel about 2 hours ago. We're up
Okay,
some
that's
mountain.
good. German nudist hotel in Crete.
Yes, that's probably the closest.
And then we get Google to work out what's 2 hours distance from that on bike, and then we've got our radius of where the...
It was on the coast, and it was very tall, steep. It was steep hotel.
Everything's pointing me to the Vrito Martis Naturist Resort, so it must be this. Oh, 5 stars, excellent.
Does it look steep to you?
Hang on, I just want to read the 1-star reviews of this place.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's got an incredible, pure 5 stars. How do I bring up the TripAdvisor's worst reviews? I've clicked see all reviews, so presumably worst will be in there somewhere. Show me all the terribles. Here we go. Lack of response. That's not so bad. Not the greatest. Don't think 1 star should be not the greatest. I'm not sure if I expect more from a resort naturist or otherwise, but some of the reviews paint a very rosy picture that doesn't tell the whole story. Oh, this is quite long. So it must be this. Vrito Martis Hotel Chania. If we look this up on the map. Bam.
Is it close to the coast?
Yeah, it is very close to the coast, yeah.
Yeah, so shortly after pushing the bikes through sand for a really long time, we had to then ascend through. We emerged from the beach into the hotel, to which we were very not welcome as the kind of only clothed people.
Oh, so you were staying at the Vrito Martis Naturist Resort?
No, we got lost onto the beach, and this
I
was
see.
the only exit through the steep hotel. We were staying like we'd been like cycling for like a pleasant downhill 3 hours at this point. Like this was before the sheer horror set in. And the only escape was through this hotel, and I tend to remember like a zigzagging up a steep hill, at which point, and you had to kind of walk through the hotel to get to this, and then 2 hours away from wherever that is, after cycling through across just mountaintops on a straight road with no turns, that kind of wasn't actually a road, we start to lose the light and come across a fork in the road, and we got a decision to make where we can't see anything on the horizon. We can go left or we can go right. Left looks slightly more downhill, and bear in mind we're absolutely knackered. Still reeling from the kind of profound German nudity. Probably the first, of such an age where that would have certainly been my kind of first eyeful, so to speak.
So to speak.
And at the fork in the road, we decide to pick the route that looks better paved and is more downhill. And we carry on cycling.
Can I ask some questions?
Yes,
Because
please.
I'm trying to work out exactly the route you took. You mentioned a zigzaggy route.
Yeah.
And if you look, and were you perhaps not going across the coast here, but going into the island?
Yeah. So where we'd started ages ago, and just the plan was to follow the sea, right? But when we were following the coastline, that was then when we got onto the beach of this hotel, and we couldn't progress further along the coastline because it's all like private beaches. So the only escape was up and through the hotel, and then up this zigzaggy path.
See, I think can you see the stream currently?
Yes, I'm a little behind, I think, but yes.
So here is the hotel. Here's the beaches. They'll lead you up into the hotel, and then behind the hotel is kind of the one road that leads in this one direction.
Yeah,
and
there wasn't a lot of choice. It was follow this one way.
Precisely, and so if these were the private beaches, that would make sense because there are no decent arteries towards them. But here is an insanely zigzaggy line that must be crossing the mountains.
Yeah, it was ascending. That was the steep bit, because that was still part of the hotel complex. And it felt like kind of being trapped in kind of a kind of bawdy Escher.
And does this look correct? Does this look familiar?
Yeah. Absolutely that.
Okay. So we're heading this way. And we'll just head this way. Keep telling me what happened, but we'll find something. No, we won't.
Yeah,
the Google Map thing just stops here. But I will carry on further up.
So from my memory, we just followed this road, and it was just a straight road for what felt like hours and hours and hours until we came to a bit of a fork. And the one way was further uphill and the other way was downhill. Well, less uphill or potentially downhill. I can't quite remember. And we followed that road a little longer, and at this point, the joy of the adventure had started to evaporate because the kind of naked German hotel had made it very clear that we weren't welcome there, and we didn't really want to about turn. A combination of kind of British prudishness and kind of fear started to set in.
Question.
Yes.
Did you cross over? Can I ask? I've asked it before, but just to clarify, are you still attempting to go along the coast, or are you just going in and up across the mountains?
At this point, it's the cycling has been too long. We need to about turn, but we can't turn back because we've got to go through the same nudist hotel. And I think we'd rudimentary planned a trip on a kind of this is pre mobile phones, and computer research was kind of not available. So I think we must have talked to a local or something and been assured that we could follow the coast round and it would make a nice loop, and then we could come back to the starting point. But at this point, we're way beyond the timings of our rudimentary map, so we probably just continued too long on the coastline.
So you've travelled along the coastline, and then you have attempted, or you've ruled out turning back?
We didn't want to turn back because before that point, a lot of it had been downhill, and also the horror of pushing a bike through sand. We'd have to then repeat our steps and push the bike through sand. So at this point, we didn't really have visibility of all that lay ahead was a steep nude hotel.
I'm sorry, you're giving me a lot of information about your reasoning and why you made decisions, but I feel that's obfuscating the answer a little bit.
Sorry, what you need?
You travelled along the coast,
Yes.
rather than up the mountains, and then you didn't turn back. You found a hotel or a place to stay beyond the long zigzag stretch.
What do you mean? Sorry, beyond the long zigzag stretch.
You went through Vito Martis Naturist Resort,
Yes.
and then you went attempting to go along the coastline as best you can, along a long zigzag road. And you've talked about the deliberations regarding whether or not you would do a U-turn and go back. But did you or not? Or did you end up on the other side of that long road?
No, we headed inland up through the mountains.
Okay. Did you reach at any point a war museum or a fortress?
I don't remember those. I do remember we were passing a big field and there was a man who looked like he was dressed in some sort of science clothes, and he came running over to us shouting, "Flee, flee."
Okay.
That's what I remember.
Does this scenery look familiar to you?
It looks a bit too luscious. I remember it looking a bit more like the moon.
Oh, you just said a field, right? So presumably...
a field as in a collection of an area that isn't the road, not as in like a luscious field.
So we're talking more like Mediterranean kind of half-desert scrubland.
Yes, yes.
Like this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And
Okay, so if you went north, you haven't got a lot of places to stay, really. There are some villas in this little place, which seems to be mainly here because there was an old fortress in this area.
Even this seems too urban for where we actually were. I think there was a fork in the roads previously, and I think where it was like civilization or not, we accidentally went left.
There is no
you
left.
See those paths that aren't roads?
Oh, you mean you just went on a little dirt path
Yeah,
instead of following
because
the big road?
I think to continue, we must have been so tired that it was continue uphill or go down dirt path but slightly downhill.
Egg. The only thing that's in this direction is this tiny, abandoned medieval church.
Yeah, this is more the vibe. This is exactly it. Yeah.
But there's nowhere to stay. That's literally the only structure. Let's see if there's even a view. There's no view from these dirt paths. No Google cars come over here. What's this?
That is way more right.
One of these paths just terminates at another church that no one has ever taken a photo of. Or maybe there's a no, that's just for the whole region. Where were you? Oh, there's the beginnings of a hiking trail. Where did you stay that night? What happened?
Well, I don't give away the reveal just yet. But basically, at this point, I think we carried on this road and had probably been cycling for something like, must have been approaching like 10 hours. Like, and I was a overweight, not athletic nerd child. This was not my forte. We had gone for a nice pootle along the beach, and we've accidentally embarked on a athletics holiday.
A rigorous mountain cycling tour.
Yeah. So we're out of water. We're out of picnic. There's a guy shouting "flee" at us in science clothes. We but he was the first human we'd seen since the new Germans after quite a long time. So at first we kind of were quite glad to see other life. But then when my mum figured out what he was shouting was actually Flea, we were confused, and then we had to start cycling because I think his job was to like make the bees horny or something. And
What?
there was we looked out to the field and there were just rows and rows of beehives. And he was telling us flee because it was like bee mating season or something. And he was to the bees were like swarming at this point. So we're yeah, it was like that. That mad beehives in a field.
There is a small chance. I don't know how you would have got here, but all these beehives are located in this gorge, which isn't a million miles away. It's not a million miles away from where you were. There are these hiking areas where, for some reason, a lot of the beehives are kept. But that's even smaller than the dirt paths. These are just walking routes across a ravine.
What was that image of that man in science clothes that I just saw?
Oh, you mean beehive clothes?
That's the guy.
What, did he have the beehive hat on?
Well, I was an idiot kid. I didn't know. I'd not seen a beekeeper.
Science clothes. I can see it now. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it seems pretty formal when you.
If you've not got the context for what that is, and also you've never, trip abroad was like, we might as well have been going to Mars. Like it wasn't a common experience, right? So
sure,
this could have just been like foreign science happening. We didn't know.
I think I speak on behalf of everyone in chat when we were imagining a lab coat, like a white coat.
Yeah, but maybe that's how they, my idiot brain as a kid was like, maybe that's what this overseas difference is, Maybe that's just like Greek science.
Yeah, Greek science, yeah.
So we're fleeing from the bees. The light is starting to go. And also kind of turning back is becoming less and less of a option because not only would we have to kind of make our way through the horny bee assault course, but then we would be leading swarming bees into the German nudist hotel. So we just pressed on, and I don't know how long we cycled for, but I was convinced that this was where I was going to die.
Okay.
I've never been that hungry, thirsty, or tired in my life before or since. And there was nothing to see. Like you couldn't get a glimpse of the horizon to go, is this the right way to go? So we were just kind of stranded. And it's going dark, so we're losing the light. We don't know where we are. We've not got mobile phones because pre that. And at this point, as a kid when you can sense danger because your parents who are the meant to be the kind of the almost the omnipotent arbiters of truth and life at this point to your idiot kid mind, they're worried now, and that's scary.
Once the adults are scared, it's time for everyone to be scared.
Yeah, so and they didn't say it explicitly, but I could tell in the body language and the kind of frantic dad leaving the bike and leaving us to rest and then going running up to the nearest hill to see if he could get a good view around. But no, and then it would be, well, we'll keep going. It was just a straight road for hours and hours and hours and no water. And the reason why I didn't think it was that other path was because that had like buildings and shops where we could have got water, but we didn't even have access to that.
Yeah, you're somewhere in this blob where there's no information about it because it's just completely unbuilt upon rock land.
You can't. The bees are too angry for human exploration.
Exactly, that's why they put the bees there. Bees and
What they
naked
keeping out
Germans.
or keeping in. So the light's going, and also we think we've kind of got sunstroke because there's been no shade for this entire time, and we're like idiot Brits. So my dad's been like tops off mode the whole time, and probably severely underprepared when it came to sunscreen. And the light's going, so we're tired, we're thirsty, we've probably got a bit of sunstroke. We're at this point maybe convinced we're going to die up this mad mountain. And in the distance, bear in mind we've not seen another human for, at this point, it must have been over 12 hours. And there's no street lights, and it's getting quite cold at night as well. And in the distance, we hear a faint jingling of bells and what looked like a sudden parting of this mist that seemed to appear from nowhere, parted on the road in front of us. And we could just hear this whispering that was saying,
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Goats.
Ghosts.
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 The ghosts were saying ghosts.
Ghosts.
Goats.
Ghosts. And this went on for quite a while, and both I saw it, my mum saw it, my dad saw it, so it was either a collective sunstroke hallucination or it was a real cryptid. And as it approached, it seemed numerous, and this fog was like beginning to engulf us and surround us, and the jingling and the whispering of the ghosts kind of got louder and louder. And then before we knew it, it kind of passed, and as the mist parted, in the distance we could just see a small fountain. It was like a stone sculpture, and that was the first bit of water that we'd seen for the whole day. So we kind of run through the ghost, carrying these really cronky, rusty old bikes as well, where at this point the chains are falling off. They weren't really designed to do like off-roading.
Did you say cronky?
Cronky, yeah.
Cronky?
Cronky.
How do you spell that?
CRONKY, like a kind of...
Like Cronky Kong?
Yeah, exactly like Cronky Kong.
All right, sorry, I understand now.
That's all right. Do you want me to use it in a sentence?
Yes, please. I think you already have, actually.
Oh, all right. C earlier. There's this fountain that we run at with our bikes, and it's got water in it. And so we kind of drink from this fountain, and it feels like a moment of absolute ecstasy, because it was the first sign of death isn't here, or at least death is further from us tonight. And at which point, after kind of drinking and bathing in the fountain, we noticed that for the just slightly across the road from the fountain, there's a small stone building, and this is the first kind of sign of civilization that we'd seen for quite a long time at this point. And a local guy who lived there, and he gave us food and water, and I can't remember where we slept that night, but he was our salvation. and we were kind of led there through the mist of the ghosts.
So it was a friendly ghost in the end.
Well, we've told that night or later. I remember returning to the hotel, and we were telling people in the hotel about it, and pretty much everyone's convinced it was just goats. But it seemed to, goats to me feel like a solid, whereas this was somewhere between a gas and a solid, I think. That the kind of thing you want?
Yeah, let me see if you're willing to sign off on the following depictions of this. Okay. So, I want to call it the wet ghost of Critty.
Mm-hmm.
And my blurb is as follows. A family of underprepared Brits was saved from the perils of Cretan off-roading by a friendly ghost who said goats, led the family into a lush fountain, and ushered them into the homestead of a friendly farmer.
Yeah, I don't know. Was the ghost friendly though? I know the consequences were
saved your life.
Yeah, but was that intentional?
You think the ghost was trying to harm you and accidentally saved your life?
The vibes were quite perilous the whole time. Like, it wasn't.
I think that's because the living have prejudiced you against ghosts. So you see ghosts and you tense, but that's clearly the wrong response, right? Because this ghost was helpful. How do you feel about this image?
I think. I mean, quite. I feel like it needs to come with a trigger warning, maybe, for anyone who may have had the same experience.
Should I have given you a trigger warning before I showed it to you?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Content warning, your life.
Well, that could be anything.
Is it better if I put a little goat here just to show that we're not really 100% sure?
Yeah, I think maybe even many goats.
Okay. Oh, of course, because it was either saying ghost singular or goats plural. Yeah,
and also, if goats are a gas,
then they're not. To be clear, to anyone listening, if anyone's got a developing mind,
if they were, it would be much easier for multiple goats to be a gas than a single goat to be a gas.
It would be easier for multiple goats to be a gas than a single goat to be a gas.
Yeah.
Why?
Think about it.
I have not stopped thinking about it since you said it.
Picture the goats as representing like an atom each, and a single.
Each goat. I'm supposed to be thinking of a goat that is the size of an atom, and not only that, thinking of loads like that. How powerful do you think my brain is?
Well, I mean, with the power of assistive technology, I'm sure we can imagine a lot of things.
Okay, what, 1 million? I'll put it into the AI. 1 million goats the size of an atom.
Well, I'm not saying that's what I saw. I'm just trying to explain how to rationalize on a scale of like solid to gas, where the most likely composition of goats would be on that scale. And I think it's many, many goats, because like a gas, the atoms are kind of, there's more gaps, right? Is that how gases work?
Yeah, there's gaps. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can have, the point is, you can have more gaps in many goats than you can have gaps in one goat, because that one goat is self-contained solid.
Why can't you just have gaps in the goat? Why can't a single goat just have those gaps in it?
That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
Well,
A
think
cloud
about
has
it.
gaps, so why can't a goat have gaps?
Yeah, but you can get through a cloud, can't you? I'd challenge you to get through a goat.
Well, if the goat was as dispersed as you're describing, it should be as easy as just walking through the goat, right? I could dip into the goat like a hot bath.
Sure, if it was a gas.
Yeah. Big if, and that's the big if that we're discussing, I suppose.
So you're saying you Babs, you fully bought into the physics of one goat becoming a gas more so than a collection of goats.
It might just be me. I can't speak for chat. But either way, I've very obediently added 4 more goats.
Thank you.
If that helps. I can't get any of them to face the camera. Only one of them seems like the ghost assistant.
Have you tried whispering ghosts at them?
No. Do you want me to try that?
Yes, please.
Ghosts. Ghosts. Maybe I'll... Ghosts. 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 Ghosts.
It's like being back there, honestly.
Ghosts. Ghosts. There you go. That's what it's done.
See? Yeah, perfect.
Horrible kind of cherubim. Horrible cursed goat. Great. I think we could plug that in. I think that's looking healthy. So we'll call this the wet goat. I'll call it a ghost, but with an A. So it looks a bit more like goat.
Yeah, I'm on board with
that. So the wet ghost, like that. Ghost. And then we could just plug that straight into the map. I think we'll never know exactly where you were, but it seems likely that you're just somewhere around here, where you absolutely should not have been.
What's this in relation to the guy in the science clothes?
What do you mean? I never knew where he was.
Oh, right.
So I just know the region you were probably in. Further to the right, and you would have been on the big road that would have taken you actually somewhere. So further to the left, so you must have been in this space in the middle where there's a bunch of hiking trails, and there are some places where there are bees being kept. And I'm just placing you a little bit to the north of there. We'll never know for sure, but... the wet ghost of Critty. We'll get this text in. And then we'll add this image. I think that's beautiful. We can also, I found out you can change the icon. So we'll see if goat is on there. No, ghost. Yeah, ghost, great. Great.
The ghost one, there's not a goat?
There's an icon for ghost, but not an icon for goat. That is correct, yeah.
That's, from a mapping perspective, that seems like they've got their priorities wrong.
Do you think there are more goats in the world than ghosts? Because I think there are way more ghosts than goats. And
I'm not thinking about numbers here. Like I'm thinking more about what you need to map.
You need to map ghosts. Unlike goats, which can go anywhere, ghosts are linked heavily to a place. They're more like buildings. Ghosts are closer to buildings than animals.
What?
Because when a ghost is born, they're born out of troubles happening in a certain location. So you haunt you haunt a castle, you haunt a gully, you haunt
Don't
a
talk to me,
section of
please.
sewers, you haunt a tube, you haunt a bridge. Right? You're trapped there, so you can be mapped very easily. You put a goat in the middle of Birmingham city centre, it's going to wander off. It's going to wander over to Lichfield. So there's no point putting it on the map.
Field? You reckon that'd be its first choice?
It could also go to Gravelly Hill. It could go. Would it make it to Coventry? I don't think it would make it to Coventry. No, Albrook, because you can leave the building. That's why you're not on a map. This is my entire point, Albrook. You don't feature on any maps. Goats don't feature on any maps. But a ghost, it's a reasonable thing to put on a map because they don't move around.
Can't argue with that.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of how that went, that argument.
Can we go back to the when ghosts are born thing? What
Yeah.
what is that?
What do you mean?
What can you explain that to me more?
Okay, so before there were any humans alive, there were no human ghosts, right?
Okay.
Do you follow? Do you agree?
Well, let's say yes.
Let's say yes. You think there may have been a human ghost before humans?
No, what was the words you said? Before human.
You
Before
can't even
humans
agree. You're not even listening.
No,
Oh, I agree. Yeah, what did I say? You got no idea.
I'm processing a lot of trauma right now.
Yeah,
I've just looked at a photorealistic window into my childhood.
I'm selling you on my first premise.
Okay. I'm listening now.
There can't have been a ghost of a goat before there's been a goat.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah?
Mm.
So
But it's the physicality of the birth.
I'm getting there. You're rushing me. I'm selling you on my first premise.
Okay.
We're building a staircase to my answer. That was the first step. And so a first goat has to be born before a first ghost can be born. Yeah? You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So at some point, after the first goat exists, the first goat is going to die.
Stung to death by bees. Probably.
Not necessarily. But yeah,
Probably.
could be. Well, not even probably,
Likely.
but yeah, could have. It's not like it could have happened. I would not go as far as to say it's likely or it's inevitably that, but it could have been that. And so, and that first goat won't necessarily become a ghost, but it could. It could. You with me? Have I said anything that you think's contentious so far?
No, I'm 100% in agreement here.
Okay.
Apart from the likelihood of the death, but
Yeah, I think that's neither here nor there.
no.
I think that's a hill neither of us should die on. And so after that first, so eventually, the first ghost will be born on the first occasion that a goat becomes a ghost.
No, but this is where the logic goes right. Why? How is it born, and why is it born? And
Why is it? Well, probably. Okay, how?
Mm.
Within us, within every living thing with sentience, is a sort of undefinable energy that animates the meat.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay.
You've seen meat in the shops?
No.
Come on. You've been to a deli?
Yes.
Have you seen a rotisserie? Yeah, okay. So you've seen meat, but it's not animate.
Mm.
Yeah? But me and you, we're made of meat, but we're animate.
Okay.
You following?
Yeah.
You have thoughts and you can sort of move yourself around. Whereas if you wanted the meat in the shops to move around, you would have to pick them up.
Or convince it.
No, no, this is my point.
Lure
you
it.
can't. No, you can't.
No,
That
you
only
could.
works on. You can't like lure the meat in a shop anywhere. No.
Yeah, you can.
You're talking about, did you see a rat in Asda? You're talking about a mouse you've seen in Tesco's? I'm talking about the meat on the rotisserie. I'm talking about the meat on the bone. I'm talking about a gammon joint. I'm talking about a lamb's chop. A lamb's chop. You can't convince it.
Yeah, I think you can.
No, you obviously know. You can't convince the meat. It's inert. It's flattened out.
It's not. Does it matter that it's flat? Surely that makes it easier for it to be motivated to transport.
Mate, it's lost its divine spark. It's gone. It's flattened out. If you hook that up to one of the beeping machines in a hospital, it'll be making a single sine wave for the rest of its days.
Well, I have to talk to the bee scientist to understand that. But,
No,
okay.
bees aren't even in it. Bees have been very tangential to the conversation, and every time we move on, they come back. The inert meat cannot be reasoned with.
Okay.
It's gone. It's not gone. It's still. It's been stilled.
Stationary. So the meat is stationary. So how is a ghost born?
This is what I'm getting at, right? There's a difference between shop meat and us, isn't there? And we're animate. We're animate.
Probably people will get less upset if I get stolen, whereas there's legal consequences if the shop meat gets stolen.
No, people would be more upset if you. No, you've got that all backwards. If you got stolen, I'd be distraught. If someone stole some ham, I'd say good on them. I'd say well done. You know, you earned it.
I'm not talking about the morals or the ethics of this. I'm just, giving a temperature check on kind of fucked society right now.
What do you mean?
Like, I appreciate that you'd be upset if I got stolen,
Yeah.
but if someone did steal some ham, I'm not saying I agree that they should be prosecuted, but that is where we are as a society, right?
You wouldn't get to prison.
The ham thief is the first, hard on ham thieves.
I don't know. What do you really think would happen if you stole some ham? It wouldn't be that bad, I don't think. It's more expensive to call out the police for ham.
What's the threshold?
I guarantee you, if you steal some ham from the shops and you get it past security and out, you are golden. I guarantee you, that's a legal guarantee. If you get it past the car park, you're good.
Try this tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a legal guarantee. So, and I'd be gutted if you got stolen. Everyone here would. Can you please put in the chat? I would be gutted if Mighty Fighty got stolen. Can you please put IWBGIMFGS in the chat for I would be gutted if Mighty Fighty got stolen? And then could you put WINCISSH for whereas I'd not care if someone stole ham. See, they're all falling on the right side of history. So when we die, you listening?
Mm-hmm.
We become inert, right? We become like the ham.
Yeah.
And so where's that energy gone? Where's the animating force in our meat gone?
deeper.
No, it's come out of the meat.
Come
It
out.
hasn't, it hasn't gone deeper in. It's come out.
How do you know it's not gone deeper?
Because you can go deep into meat and there's nothing in there. There's no divine.
How deep have you been? How deep have you been?
I've cut entirely through a gammon joint with a fork and knife.
It's pretty deep.
I've bitten all the way through a Big Mac. There's no divine spark in there.
Have
That's
you
why
ever
it's
passed through a goat?
no.
No. Have to
I've bitten into a goat's cooked haunch, and there was nothing in there. No, I mean it was nice. It was tasty, but there was nothing. There wasn't any soul in there. But what the soul can do, it can come out, and it can unfold like a piece of paper, and that's when a ghost is born. Yeah. So does that answer your question?
I think so. I think that's as close as I'll ever come to an answer.
I feel like I laid it out pretty clearly. So if you're still not getting it, it's probably on me actually.
I feel like you distracted me with a lot of chat about bees and German nudists.
That's not my fault. I was trying to minimize those topics throughout. Sorry, I just picked something up that felt strange, but it's just some baby bell wax.
What did you think it was?
It felt wet, but I think it was in fact just waxy.
I realised yesterday I don't know the difference between wet and cold.
That's normal. Actually, that's
Is it?
normal. Yeah.
That's good. That's really reassuring.
Here, watch this. Can you tell the difference between wet and cold? 1 yes, 2 no. They'll all put no for this. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Something's wrong. It's 1 for yes, 2 for no. I think they got confused on which way around it was. All right, maybe most people can tell the difference. Is it 1 or 2 for no? It's 2 for no, 1 for yes. Oh, all right, never mind. Most people. I don't know. Guess that's that. Mighty, do you want to hang around until the next person joins the chat, and then we'll move on to the next ghost?
I can't promise. Top-notch anecdotes. I've spent those for the evening, I'm afraid.
That's fine. Poll closed. Okay, it was a yes in the end. Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's Lefty Lucy. Mighty Fighty, you're out on your ear. You've been spent. You're used up. You're now meat.
Thank you for cartographing my cryptid and explaining how ghost childbirth works.
My
I feel
pleasure.
more enlightened as a consequence. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hello, Lucy.
Hello. I have a choice. You can pick your story.
Hang on, could you just do a quick audio test? Can you say your favourite kind of sweet?
Well, I bought some Starburst at the shop recently, and I thought I'd like them more than I do, but recently I've been on a big Skittles kick. But I do eat enough of them that it makes I really feel the acidity levels in my mouth.
Lucy, is there anything you can do on your end that would make your microphone a little louder?
How's this?
That's very good. That's very useful.
Oh, great.
Just say Starburst one more time.
Oh, Starburst. I'll still eat them. And I appreciate that some of the flavors are worse, but I won't eat those packets with one flavor in.
Perfect. Levels are looking lush. So starting at the top, where are we sending the map pin?
Well, you have a choice here between rural Oxfordshire or the city of Belfast.
Ooh, Belfast.
All right, all right. Um, do you want specific place as we go?
I'm really going to be dropping one pin, which will then house all the
Yeah.
information of the story. So if I appreciate supernatural things can be complicated and take place over multiple
No. I
spots.
just mean, are we saying now, because I can pinpoint a location for you.
Oh, pin it, yeah, pin it
Yeah.
down.
So I want you to go southwest. I want you to go to Finneheed Train Halt. It'll be near that golf club.
What, Dunmurry Golf Club?
No, the Balmoral Golf Club.
Oh yes. So looking for the train. Finicky
Yep.
train station.
Yeah, and go up Finnehy Road North.
Uh-huh.
Past the motorway. On the corner with Ladybrook Park. By that offie.
Ladybrook Park. I don't see. Looking for a splash of green, but there isn't one.
Oh no,
Ladybrook
it's just
Park.
the name of a street.
Oh, I see. Ladybrook Park by the off license. And did you say on the corner?
On the corner, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, fire away. What happened?
So this happened earlier this year.
Oh.
There were local elections taking place in Northern Ireland, and I was a candidate in said elections in the area, which includes that corner. In Ireland, we have election posters that go up on the lampposts. I realize this isn't a thing in England, but basically everyone puts big posters of their face and their political party or lack of one up on the lampposts
On an
election
individual
time.
basis?
Um,
Every campaign has their own team for putting them on lampposts.
pretty much, because the faces are the faces of a council candidate.
That's interesting. I'm living in Europe now, where I'm having my. It's the first election where I'm seeing that, and I've seen this in Austria as well, that they just put all the candidates on one big, like official, big poster that's in like a prominent place.
That is a much better way to do it.
But it's designed for motor. It's by my flat, but it's also designed for motorists. But also because it's a European country, it has like 30 political parties, so it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, it got to the stage where there were parts of Belfast that there was just no post or fence space. That sorry, I'm reading Saint Laub's question. Are these wrapped around the lampposts or on boards? They're on boards. It's like a solid plastic, and this is relevant to the story. It's like a solid plastic board of maybe they're quite big. They're like more than a meter tall usually.
Okay, I see. Feels like the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah, it's like that, but you have the DUP looking at you.
Hmm.
So I had some of these posters with my face on them. And it's very annoying trying to get them up. Partly because I don't drive. I do own a ladder, but it's quite a lot to carry a ladder around, and a massive stack of huge posters.
Yeah, that's a big day out.
Yeah. So I was getting assistance from friends with vehicles to put them up.
If I
And
could just
usually,
pause you here, Mighty Fighty's requested more information on the ladder that you own.
well, I don't want to brag, but I do own 2 ladders.
Ooh.
Um,
Do you know the
I
brand
did.
names?
I could go out and check.
You needn't. You needn't. That might be.
Yeah. Well,
might slow down the pacing.
one of them is your I'm just going into the attic ladder. It's just 6 foot high, let's say. The other is a proper I'm going to clear the gutters sort of affair.
Okay, we're talking like 2 or 3 meters. Maybe is it metal and it extends?
Oh yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Massive, like it sort of slides out like 2 tectonic plates that you can then lean against. Not
You
one
love
of
to
these
see it.
ones. Not one of the top results here that
Maybe something a bit more like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but a real super one of those.
Wow.
But in any case, that's almost too much for what we're talking here because I mean people do put lampposts up that high, but a ladder that big without knowing someone with quite a large van is not getting anywhere near a lamppost. So one of the these posters usually get put up in the dead of night, less because they're illicit and more because it's quite annoying for everyone involved to be in the way up a ladder looking like a fool as you try and play with zip ties. So this was sort of dead of night, suburban Belfast, getting a lift with a little ladder and a stack of posters. Put them up, putting some around the cross section that we've highlighted at Finnehy Road North and Ladybrook Park. And everything's going fine. Just me and a friend on a little on a jaunt in the night. It's difficult, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And
Is this the lamppost here?
no, so if you go back to the offie,
Oh, this one.
so this there are 2 lampposts in question in this story.
Oh.
The one with that bump sign is the second one. That's our point of view lamppost. But immediately preceding the story, the next lamppost along to the right.
The right along Finnegy Road or the right along Lady?
Along Ladybrook Park.
The
So
one
by
on the
that-
right here.
Yeah.
This is right by someone's house as well. This
Oh,
is a bit of
yeah,
a new
yeah.
build.
I'm not sure it is.
It looks quite new. Maybe it's not a new build estate, but the houses look newish, don't they?
Well, maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Look at that. Look at this paintwork around this.
Well, maybe you're right. I remember
These
them being there.
doors, these doors and hedges, people are trying to make it look new.
Oh, yeah, no. Maybe they redid the corner. when they
Very
put the offie there.
curious about this. Did you get any intel on this window when you were up the lamppost?
No, I didn't look in that, but is that some sort of hairdressing bust?
Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be a hairdresser's fake head. Yeah, that would make some sense of it. Wouldn't explain all the grot that's accumulated around the window frame.
Oh, it's just spewing bile.
Okay, got a nice shot of the lamppost.
Yeah. So that little don't drink here circle is very good actually for just setting a lamppost on while you zip tie it.
Oh, is that what that is? That means don't drink.
Yeah, you can't really hear you can't read, you can't hear with your eyes
Yeah, I can't hear it
the
or
text
see
on
it.
it. But it does say there's a fine if you drink here.
Nice.
Presumably not indoors. But
That's how you know you're on a fancy street.
yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't know.
Oh, and you've
Think
got
they're
one
all
of these
around.
transformers. Oh, very nice.
That's how you know you're making it when you're in a new build opposite a
Yeah.
transformer.
Shouldn't go drinking in there.
No, that's why they put the sign up, probably.
Yeah. Especially don't drink in the transformer.
No. So immediately preceding the events of this story, a poster had been put up on the no drinking lamppost.
Yes, I see. Of a rival
Um,
candidate.
Oh no. I put one up there.
Okay.
Someone held the ladder steady, and I put one, a big larger than life rendition of my face
Nice.
up there, and then went to the point of view lamppost that we highlighted earlier.
Head in there now.
You're recreating my exact.
Wow. This is such a
Exact pathway.
fancy area that this was in. Can't even chuck your
these are-
3 juggling balls on the floor. Nor can your dog do a poo in the shape of a teddy bear.
I see a campfire.
Oh, yeah, it does look a lot like a campfire. What it definitely doesn't look like is any dog shit I've seen in my entire life.
Well, it's stinking. It's got stink lines.
Yeah, I suppose. I see that more as a convection heat.
It's a very unwell dog.
Yeah, don't put dogs near the air fryer.
That dog has been drinking illegally.
Well, if it's just on the corner, it's not clear, right? It's not really clear where the jurisdictional line of this sign. What's
I
like?
think it's a general reminder.
Oh, okay. It's not like in a radius of this sign.
No,
in a
no,
2
those
meter
signs-
radius of this lamppost.
I think it's a general in this council area, which
Yeah.
is pretty huge. I don't think it's a neighborhood watch situation.
Free balance inquiries. That's nice.
I will say, David's Bakery or David's newsagent there, they did give us some free Belfast Baps at the end of the day one day.
Hey, nice.
There.
What's a Belfast Bap?
Oh, it's you know your soft roll. You might have a burger in it.
Yeah.
It's
Very well acquainted with those.
Yeah, it's about twice the size or bigger than that, and a bit crustier, a bit more rye-y, I want to say.
How does this compare? Do you know a stotty?
I don't know a stotty. What's a stotty?
Stotty is a northeast big bun. But this is a lot. This is a lot more whole grain. Belfast, but I'll show you a stotty for comparison. Stotties are so. That's a stotty cake. It's just a stotty. Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, something a bit like that.
Well, it looks stodgy.
Stotties are great. Anyone had a stotty in the chat? You can get them in Newcastle Greggs.
What is it like? What's the experience of eating it?
Oh, some of this is just sourdough. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it looks a bit like sourdough here, actually. It's nice. To be honest, it's not a million miles away from sourdough. It's just a nice, thick bread.
I'll keep an eye out for a stotty.
Yeah? If you ever happen to be in the northeast, you'll be falling over them. Sorry, so you got these Belfast Baps, and then there was a ghost.
Yeah. So, I'm at the point of view lamppost, and you're always a little bit on edge doing any of this sort of stuff because you're quite exposed, and it's very embarrassing putting up a massive poster of your own face. Just feels like something that your life shouldn't have led you to. It is just in the dead of night, trying to not get seen by people as you put these lampposts up, or not put the lampposts up, put the posters up on the lampposts. Even if people are generally nice, and sort of point at the poster and then point at you and go, "Oh!" But I'm generally too anxious with social interaction, which is part of the reason going out at night is good. But it's very quiet at this point. There's an eerie suburban hush.
Yeah, this was this proper nighttime?
Yeah, like midnight plus.
Midnight plus. I've never heard that phrasing before, but that rules. Midnight plus. That sounds great. Yes, it was midnight plus. That's a great time to be out as well. Midnight plus.
Midnight plus. Absolute, like, deathly silence. You're pretty near the motorway there, and even that's pretty quiet. And I've put a poster up on the one lamppost down, and I think might as well put one on the corner here. And I'm setting it up. It's a real faff to zip tie it and then like jiggle it up the lamppost and tie the bottom zip tie so that everything stays pointing the right way.
Mm.
And these things they're not noisy enough to wake up someone sleeping in a house, but they make a bit of a sort of wobble board noise, and there's the noise of just the clinks and clanks of putting a ladder up against a lamppost.
Yeah, it's enough to make
quiet.
someone lying in their bed, for instance, in this room, look out the window directly at you.
Well, yeah, and that is part of the concern that especially happens here, because when I'm done, or while I'm up the ladder on our point of view lamppost, I glance over to where the previous poster was, and it's completely gone.
Hang on. So this is our point of view lamppost, the
Yeah.
dog shit one, and then you've gone here. You've put a poster up over by no drinking, and you've come back to dog shit, and you can't see the no drinking poster anymore.
Yeah.
After you've double zip tied it up a ladder.
And like you could reach up and grab it, but if someone were to rip it from its moorings, that'd make some noise. You'd notice if you're only 10 meters away.
But you can't tear a double zip tie with the naked hand.
You can tear through the whole poster.
But you'd leave the zip ties behind, I think.
You'd leave the zip ties behind.
Mm.
But I look over and I see nothing.
Yeah.
Naked lamppost.
Yeah, looking over.
And this is, at this point, overwhelmingly freaky. That I suddenly think that there is someone who has it out for me, who has immense powers of stealth, maybe to a supernatural degree.
Mm.
And I quite rapidly call it a night, even though I have more posters to put up.
Oh, it really rattles you. That's the end of the sesh.
I mean, Belfast has a history,
Mm-hmm.
and when you feel like you're being watched or negatively campaigned against in some way, it
Best
sort
to
of
get
puts you up
somewhere
on your
safe.
haunches.
Yep.
So that marks the end of the Midnight Plus postering sesh.
Does that mark the end of the tale?
I think it does.
Wow. So it really is pure mystery. It's just the end. It just ends abruptly like that.
There is a possibility
Oh yeah.
that because the posters are essentially 2D, that I did just look at it from a perfect 90-degree angle. And it
And you were
disappeared.
looking at a very flat object, and it was hard to see.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there could have been a ghost. And if something did steal it, like if something supernatural did happen, if there was in some way a poltergeist, What kind of thing do you think might have taken it?
Ghost of a Rahman.
Yeah. Well, just a living.
Oh, it doesn't really fit the. Oh,
It's,
got some interesting.
yeah, I'm just trying to think of poster. What prompts should I give the AI to make something that looks somewhere in the ballpark of your campaign poster?
Smiling punk on poster.
Smiling punk poster. I think it should be able to do that. I'm sure smiles and punks are very well plumbed into its vocabulary. Hmm.
I'm interested what it. Ooh, really?
Well,
It's gone for the teeth.
here we have a poster outline, and then maybe we can simplify it by just saying onto this canvas, just put a smiling punk. The fewer things it has to worry about, the better. Why non-Ponty?
It was actually my campaign slogan. Ooh, these are
What do you
all.
think?
They're quite interesting.
This one I like.
It's not dissimilar to your Twitch profile picture.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a picture of my face.
Well, this is a picture of my face.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, touche. What would you prefer? We've got this generic stock image coming out behind some kind of advent calendar flaps. We've got, I'm not really sure. Feels like some pube hair pulled out of the shower plug.
I quite like that one.
And then we've just got,
Someone.
Georgia Asda, but as put through a kind of non-Euclidean space.
Yeah, is this someone like sitting on someone else's shoulders, except that they are absent?
It could be someone wearing some trousers as a scarf as well, jean scarf.
Yeah, she is the fashion in Belfast.
You never know. Fashions are always changing.
Yeah.
So what if we were to do that and then sort of put it at like a half opacity, like it's not even really there, like it's etherealized.
Yeah. Maybe there's some sort of cryptid weaving a.
Yeah, should we just put the chupacabra in here? I know you never mentioned it, but El Chupacabra. I don't even know how to spell it. Chupacabra? Cabra, isn't it? Oh well. It'll know what I mean.
You pluralized it. Oh, sorry, one of my rats has stolen a chopstick.
That's okay. If it means I can hear that sentence, then that's all the best.
Yeah.
Now, that's an anti-establishment figure. What else have we got? Also quite good.
Poster?
I think it has to be the first one, right?
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, he is good.
That's the real black block.
Is it worth? I mean, I don't know if the prompt will recognize the Belfast bat, but is it worth giving him some of those too?
Oh yeah. That's good. I have no idea what will materialize when I put in Belfast BAP. Who knows? You never know what these things get trained on. And so was this national elections or local elections? What was the...
Local elections.
It looks a bit more like a Burger King burger, but it still looks like it's holding a kind of bun, which honestly is a lot better than I was expecting. Because you've got two fingers protruding, whereas here it's just a Subway sandwich, just hovering on the edge of a nub.
I like that almost more though.
Well, it's your image, I suppose. So what would you prefer? And also, we could re-roll it and just see if it does something different.
Let's re-roll it.
Okay. Josie Russell has put in the chat Nubway, which I think needs to be observed.
You know, there is a Subway very nearby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh. Somehow it's found somewhere right in the middle between bread and a sausage.
It is. It is. And yet not a sausage roll, which I would put.
Yes. The existing halfway house.
It's a very speckled sausage, isn't it?
That's a bird. That's a bird. That's just a bird. I don't know why it's there. Yeah, I can't account for that. Well, got any favourites?
Can you have a cycle through now?
Of course. I have to say, it's slim pickings.
I think the cohesiveness of the image with the Burger King burger with the two fingers.
Just because it's actually holding it.
Yeah.
It's got a real feeling of really having happened.
Yeah. Can you sort of make it all dark?
Oh,
As if
yes.
it's nighttime?
Let's see. Let's literally see if it can do that. Make this image nighttime. I bet it won't. I bet it just literally won't do that. I bet it literally will just make a new image based on nighttime. Even though all the adverts about this tool suggest that you should be able to do this kind of thing. If not, there are other things we can do. Yeah, it's just a completely irrelevant image. So the easiest thing to do, I think, would be to... Oh God, just break what I'm doing. Is to merge it and then just sort of lower some of the colours a little bit, and then we'll chuck in nighttime in a big city. Isn't really black, is it? It's like a dark blue, but with the reflections of street lamps.
Yeah, and the street lamps here are very orange.
Yeah, so I'm thinking replace this black with a very moody blue, and replace this with a kind of muted orange. And if we chuck that over it,
Oh.
Well, it's not really doing it, is it? It's not really. It's not really doing it.
But I don't mind it.
What if as well I tried to get it to select the sky, what little bit of sky exists, and just replace that with night sky. Maybe that little bit of clear bluey grey is throwing off our eyeballs.
Maybe a full moon poking out from behind that roof.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? A blood moon. The blood moon from Zelda.
Oh, that'd be horrible if you're out putting posters and the blood moon came out.
I'll just put blood moon in. I think it would help explain. It would explain the poster design. It would explain the monster. It would explain some of the other design decisions. Just if we could see a blood moon.
Yeah, it would explain that weird window.
Yeah. No, it just hasn't really understood. I think we're going to have to cut some of our losses on this.
That's fair.
But I might still leave it with this weird coloration. I think that's exciting.
Yeah.
How
It
cool
really
is-
gets across that something is amiss. That's
Yes.
not your chopstick. Sorry.
Did the rat try to take the chopstick again? What are your rats' names?
The one that was dragging the chopstick is called Flipsy. And the other one is Lucifer.
Flipsy and Lucifer. Which one was named first?
Lucifer.
Okay.
I
I would have bet the other way around.
Well, when they were adopted from pets at home. I don't usually get pets from there, but when they're adoptions, I think it's fine. This is a chopstick with an O, Saint Laub. They were down on the list as like I don't know, Blondie and Tibbles or something. And when we asked to see them, the staff said, "Oh yeah, they're called like Lucifer and Jesus or something." But we can't put that on the sign. And I can't remember what the non-Lucifer one was, but I thought it's not worth taking Lucifer away as a name. And the other one was named after some crisps.
Flipsy is a crisp.
Yeah, I was on a work trip and I was really hungry. And went into a shop. But it was an Asian supermarket and I didn't recognize any of the crisps, so I bought a packet of Camel Flipsy Maximus peanut flavor.
That sounds amazing. Was it good?
Yeah, it's like a peanutty what's it.
I would love a peanut Flipsy.
They're pretty good if you see them about.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. For the text description, I've just kept it brief. Was it the local elections or the national elections this was for?
Local. So I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah, and I just wanted to specify that Chupacabra probably wasn't being sectarian. It's just a Chupacabra. I don't want people getting it twisted here.
No, I don't think it takes sides.
I'm not sure about calling it the Belfast BAP, given the Belfast BAP is not even mentioned in the prose. Doesn't seem to.
Can you? What can you? Portmanteau, Belfast BAP, and Chupacabra somehow.
Well, the two choices are Bapacabra and the old
Chubapabra.
Chubapacabra, yeah, Chubapacabra. Yeah, all right. Let's just quickly change that to, and I'll put chew like the verb chew.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll call it the Chubapacabra, or even you could call it the chewed Bapacabra. No, I'm being silly here. It's the Chubapacabra.
Yeah. Don't be ridiculous.
Sometimes I get a bit carried away, but I'm glad I'm being anchored to censored reason. Bread, is there a bread? No. Bakery, I'll put in bakery. This is a maps thing. There isn't a symbol for bakery. Goat. Oh no, we know there's no goat.
No.
Poster. Politics. Just put in politics.
Dog sign.
I think that's well, there is a dog, but I want to see government. Elections. Surely these are things you'd want symbols for a sign, right?
Off license.
Oh yeah, drink. Oh, what's going on? So we got shapes, sports and recreation, places. You think one of the places would just be a beautiful cup?
Yeah.
There we go.
Martini glass.
Yeah, a little martini glass. There we go. Kind of a bit of a stretch to see a martini glass, and then it shows you this image. But
this is the nightlife of Belfast.
I hope people will understand that when you click on it, it actually the lamppost in the background does.
Story about not being able to see a poster.
Well, no, I really have had to. I've not had to, but I chose to punch this one up a lot because it's now about a Chupacabra, isn't it? It no longer contains the possibility that you were looking at a 2D shape from the wrong side. It now is purely, confirmedly, an El Chupacabra incident.
In future, on retelling this story, that is how I will describe it.
That's fair. You will be lying, which I'm obviously happy to do. You're not forced to lie just because I put a lie in the map.
I know, but might as well.
You may.
Sorry,
as well.
I might have ruined the linear distribution of.
I'm pretty confident Crete's not on the line. Also, the Malvern pig rat doesn't really fit the line either. And I wouldn't change the Malvern pig rat for the world.
I don't think you could.
No, it's not in my power, is it? I
No.
could misrepresent the Malvern pig rat,
Oh,
but the
stop.
Malvern pig rat would remain unchanged.
Sorry,
You should just
Flipsy is-
give. You should give one of these rats a chopstick.
No, Flipsy just typed 5665 and pressed enter
Yeah.
in the chat.
And what's Mighty's excuse?
You'll have to ask Mighty about that one.
Mighty, how come you? I suppose I'll have to come up with my own excuse as well.
Yeah, Josie too.
Yeah, something's catching. All of our rats are misbehaving.
Brain rats. What's everyone
Okay.
else's rat's name?
Yeah, what are all our rats' names? By the way, Lucy, you're more than welcome to stay in the call while we wait for the next caller. But I consider the phone lines once again open for our last paranormal tale of the night. This is a bit like Are You Afraid of the Dark? This stream.
What is that?
It was an old. Anyone else here seen Are You Afraid of the Dark? From when I was little, when specifically I was little. I can't even remember what channel it was on. It was on digital. Oh yeah, of course, Lucy. You had a second story, which you're more than welcome to go into.
Yeah. I mean, I can truncate it if anyone else shows up. So this story takes place nearly 10 years ago in rural Oxfordshire.
Hello.
Oh,
Perfect.
Lucy will have to put you back in rotation. I think it's fun to switch around wherever possible.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for
Maybe
having
next
me.
Friday. Always a pleasure. Always welcome.
5665.
5665.
5665.
5665 in the chat. So, Red, knowing you, you've literally seen an alien. So, where did it happen?
I haven't seen an alien.
Come
Oh,
on,
have I?
mate. Come on.
I've definitely got a ghost story.
I wasn't
Um,
expecting a ghost story. I would have put good money on you've got an alien in the room right now.
Oh, I do have one alien story. It's quite a quick one though. Right.
No, you don't let me typecast you. You can do anything you like. Do you want me to put the alien on?
I've got a story from a mum that I think is the most spectacular. That is about a Ouija board.
Oh, here we go.
I've got stories from when I used to hang out with some neo-pagans that are probably quite interesting. I could do one about the time I was taught to see auras. That was quite interesting. I've got more than one ghost story. What are you wanting?
One that fits neatly onto a map.
One that
You can't have seen the ghost story on a
oh.
train for 10 minutes,
right.
because then it wouldn't fit onto a single pin.
There's a spooky house that I lived in Huddersfield.
Ah, here we go.
And I believe, shall I just say the name of the place? I'm not connected to it anymore.
Doesn't dox you. It might dox the people living there, but so would saying 8
The
Linton
address.
Avenue. I've just doxed someone there, but I think that's above board. You can go to 8 Linton Avenue if you want. I don't know what's there.
Well, it was on Belgrave Terrace
Okay.
in Huddersfield. And it was a generally spooky feeling house at all.
What number?
I believe it was number 2.
Do not go to 2 Belgrave Terrace. You will become haunted.
I mean, I think it's the one that you've got there looking at it.
Sick.
So yeah, it was generally a weird, creaky house that was spooky. But there was specifically one evening.
Oh, yeah. That's 3.
I
Look
think
at
that's it.
that.
Yeah. And I lived in I was in the top right bedroom.
Yeah, this is you.
Yeah. That was where I was. My couch might be still in there.
When was this then?
Oh, when would this have been? 2006-ish?
Okay.
Yeah. My second year of uni. My landlord, the bush isn't there anymore, but my landlord went in the bush. That was fun.
My landlord went in the bush.
There was a bush over on the right.
Uh-huh. And your
There
landlord
used to
went
be a
in
bush
it.
in that corner, and my landlord went in the bush.
Why?
Because he fell in the bush.
Why? How?
He was overexcited, and he sort of shoved himself in the bush.
What? I can't. You say something that I can't really picture, and then you burst into laughter. He shoved himself in the bush because he got excited. Your landlord.
Yeah. Why? Well, this was. Am I doing the landlord story? Because he isn't paranormal.
I assumed it wasn't that long. Is it a lengthy?
It was really. It was after I'd left and I came to get my deposit, and he went berserk and he tried to shove us, but he pushed himself in the bush. If that makes sense.
He was doing a shoving action, but he lost his balance.
Yeah.
So
and he went in the bush.
Why was he so angry? Just because you wanted your deposit back?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Just a landlord then.
He
Nothing interesting.
He was really annoyed about it. I think what happened was everyone after I'd left the house wrecked it, but I'd left like months before, and he'd like been and seen and like nodded me out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he retroactively decided I was still liable for what happened. So right, it was an evening. It was dark.
Okay.
And there's a knock at the door.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, quite irate. So we answer the door because it goes, well, not initially, but like, because you don't, dear. Like, if I don't anyway, if someone's angrily knocking on my door, I don't initially go, or like worriedly. But like, so we go down anyway. And I think it was actually Natalie that opened the door, but there's an old like lady at the door, and she's asking for a person. And I can't remember the name. It was probably like, she was just like, is Bartholomew there?
Okay,
like,
a specific person.
No,
she wasn't just saying, give me a person.
Yeah.
That
No,
would be spooky.
Like, and we're like, no, they don't live here. Maybe they lived here in the past, but like, it's a student house. None of us are called Bartholomew. And she's like, I think she's talking in a language that I don't know. I don't know what the language is. And she's splitting between that and English. And she's getting quite upset, and we're trying to calm her down. And she eventually like goes, but like is really annoyed about it. And so we like, obviously we've gone, closed the door. And then I go past my window up there, and I'm looking out, and I catch her, and she's wandering up and down the street. I'm like, oh, maybe she's got the wrong house. But then like more times going past, and occasionally I'm checking, and this lady's like around just outside, and often like looking towards our house, and I'm like, this feels sus now. And I check it later, and she's right outside that gatepost, and she's just like stood there, and she was there for ages. And eventually I'm like, probably like after about 45 minutes, I reckon, I look out of the curtain, I just peep round, and she's got these symbols on her fingers, and she just goes, ching, and she's looking me dead in the eye. And I didn't go back, I just panicked then and ran. I think that's paranormal, right? That's
Can
like
you
a
tell me
witch.
more about the symbols on the fingers, please?
They were like little, it went cling, and I think they were like finger symbols, like little tiny symbols you wear on your fingers.
You mean
it felt like it was
symbols
those.
like a piece of percussion? You don't mean symbols
Yeah,
like
yeah.
runic
And
markings?
I heard it ring. It like went ching. And I just shit my pants. I'm convinced that was paranormal. That's probably. I mean, my life has been shit since then, if that helps. That's exactly the kind of thing.
So I've done a little bit of research. Bartholomew is a name in over 20 languages, so that doesn't really narrow it
I
down.
also made the name up, Bartholomew. That was, I had to pick a name that I don't remember.
Zil, also called Sagat in Egyptian, are the finger symbols. I can play a recording of them now. Oh God, they are scary. They've got some reverberation on them.
Yeah. It's very like a proclamation, right?
Let me just ask Bing. Are zils used for mysticism or magic? I'm not sure if the zil... I'm not sure. I mean, zils is the plural. See, this just says they are for belly dancing. But they may have some cultural religious significance in some contexts. Zils are used
right?
in some Sufi musical rituals.
Oh
God! And in the Tsar, a healing ritual, and that soothes jinn. So it's possible that she thought you were a jinn. Yeah, it's possible that
you think
needed.
I'm a jinn? Oh. How do you know if you're a jinn?
Oh, so now you're worried that you are a jinn?
Yeah. How would you know? What are the qualities of a jinn?
Angry, magical. I think control over fire and the elements.
Oh, it's quite a good cook.
Old woman with Zil soothing a jinn. Let's see if that's going to work. Because at the moment it's just old women playing drum kits. Natalie says you're good with fire safety. That's something a jinn could do.
Yeah.
So first we should just make the house. We're going to do this bit by bit. So this is a kind of Victorian. It's like a big Victorian house, is it?
I think so. It's old and spooky.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just try and get Yorkshire Victorian house. What colour are your eyes? Okay.
They are blue. They are blue.
That's a gin. I'll ask Bing. Yeah. How do you know if you're a gin? Because there'll be guides to this. You'll probably link me to NHS Direct. Okay, that's close enough, I think.
A little more extravagant than.
Yeah, but we've got to zhuzh it up, you know. If you really want people to visit Belgrave Road, they need to think it's a stately home. Elderly woman with Zil on her fingers. Josie asks, were your eyes blue before tonight? Or is that recent?
Before tonight, no, I believe they've always been blue.
I'll just put old woman with Zil. I think it's struggling with Zill, which is fair because I didn't know
Yeah.
what Zill were until very recently. Well, if I just put Zill, and it goes, I have no idea, then we'll know that's wrong. And then what other words are there? Finger symbols. It's not going to do it. Not going to do it. It does not Zilla. Okay, old woman with finger symbols. But it's not going to like it. It's going to do American pensioners on drum kits, unfortunately. I've got no faith in this.
That's close enough.
It might have to do, yeah. People can read between the lines.
Yeah. They'll feel the fear.
I'm going to try another batch of 3.
I think that's fair. These all look way too friendly, I think.
Oh, we can change the facial details. Once we've got someone that's got finger symbols in some. Okay, so how about we just put discs on this woman's fingers? We'll just do metal disc.
Perfect.
The pointing is good as well. That seems ritualistic.
It does.
Oh, Lucy says that she detests these ladies. Why do you detest the ladies? What have they done wrong? They're only soothing a djinn. Isn't that everyone's moral duty? Have you not heard of big society? Do you think like a travelling magician or a wizard or even a witcher was part of David Cameron's vision of a big society?
I think David Cameron would be against witches. Right?
Really? I think witches fit perfectly into big society. Alarmingly so. Almost as though that's what you based it on.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like more like compact discs. It looks like she's trying to get mini discs to take off again.
That'd be scary.
And what was her expression like?
It was really, I think neutral is actually do you know what I mean? Like aggressive but neutral. Is that? Like it wasn't a big old scowl going on. It was just like, I'm about my day. I'm just going to bang these symbols and stare you out.
I've written in eerily neutral. Oh, that looks a bit fearful. How about that? That's a bit. Looks a bit like
That's
like a PlayStation 2 witch.
Yeah. But with a bit of like 80s Bowie-esque sort of.
Yeah, there is a bit. Where are you from originally, Red?
Manchester.
So I'll put Jin from Manchester. So that
I wasn't expecting to become the actual paranormal element, to be honest.
This is probably why this is such an exciting story, because this is the first one where not only is the teller of the story the paranormal element, they didn't even know that that was the case when they started.
You reckon I can squeeze in a lamp? Is that a good way to check?
Sorry, a lamp. I wouldn't, because when you get trapped, wouldn't you famously be stuck in there and then become like the slave of whomever frees you? Isn't that a really bad deal for you?
Well, but why go in the lamp if they're not good?
What
I might
you
be
think?
missing out.
You think
It might be
the genies
they're
are only
going
going in there
for a
because it
reason.
rules to be a lamp? Before you go in a lamp for eternity, you've got 6 jinn to choose from to represent yourself.
I mean, I quite like that guy.
Yeah, sure. There are some good options, but yeah, this one's pretty strong. There's this guy. 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 And there's this guy.
think the last one's a bit too slender. Right, that's not bad. That's a look I could probably own. Do you know what I mean?
It's pretty good. Have you got some sort of gingerish stubble? Do you want me to add that on?
If you like. You're passing that from memory.
Yeah. I just want you to feel a sense of ownership over the gin, and it might help you because you're coming to terms with being a gin. Might help you see yourself in a depiction of a gin.
My new gin identity.
Just hasn't attempted. It has not made the first attempt to do what I've asked.
I reckon it's a tough one to go from that to beard, right?
Yeah, it may not even recognise that it's a face that it's been drawn on, which again is understandable. Not better without.
Yeah, it was nearly right.
Okay, and now we need to spice up the story. So, in a haunted home of multi-occupancy, which I think is the legal term for a student house, Bartholomew's mother appeared unexpectedly at the door. However, no one, not even her, knew who Bartholomew was. Instead, the door was opened by a Manchester gin. Without hesitating, she removed her mini discs and began chanting the soothing spell from the old country. The gin was, I was going to say soothed, but I've accidentally written smoothed, and did not remember the event nor being a gin until November 2023. And we can call it the Manchester Gin because you are the paranormal event.
Yeah. You learn so much about yourself on this.
Haven't we all? The Manchester Gin. Is this the first ghost we've had call in? I'm probably not. I think a couple of people.
Right?
Yeah, gin aren't ghosts. In fairness, I think they're a kind of spirit or a demon. Okay, what kind of should we look for music because of the symbols? Just do a little, put a minim in there.
Yeah.
To represent the note made by the symbols. Okay, so we've got one in Scotland, one in Northern Ireland, 4 in England, and then 1 in Crypt. I think that's not really as dispersed as it could be when we consider the size of the planet. Nevertheless, we've got a lot of locations on the map. Currently rocking a grand total of 7. I think it's looking nice. You there, Red?
Yeah.
You had anything fizzy lately?
Yeah, I've got a beer.
Yeah? Is it fizzy?
It is. Less than it was.
I've got some 0% beers in the kitchen, but I'm scared to crack one open in case I don't like it.
Oh no.
Hello, Thrice in a Trice. I'm afraid you're just clicking in at the end of the stream at the moment. we were sharing ghost stories and then plotting them on Google Maps. But if you'd like to see the stories we've been doing, there's a link just here which will take you to the custom Google Maps, which tells you about all kinds of supernatural events confirmed by members of the community, such as the Belfast Bap, the Malvern Pig Rat, the potentially Eldritch Cupboard, the Manchester Gin, the Wet Ghost of Crete. Comes with absolutely unique artwork and short stories guaranteed to thrill the bones and spill the mind. But I am wrapping up for tonight. Thank you to our final guest, Red Quixote, for bearing all and having a divine revelation.
Thank you for that revelation.
And a shout out to
Pleasure to
Red
have.
Quixote. Egg, who does some very discombobulating streams that are a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for tuning in thrice, but I am heading off now. If you want to find out more about future streams, including the Wednesday game show, join the Discord. Please say hello. Everyone is very friendly. Everyone should follow RK, and everyone should follow everyone else in the chat. Let's spread it all around. For one day, our meat will become inert, and then a ghost will be born. Good night, everyone, and stay normal. Do you want to say a quick goodbye, Red?
Goodbye, one and all.
Goodbye. Tasty. But there was nothing, there wasn't any soul in there. But what the soul can do, it can come out and it can unfold like a piece of paper. And that's when a ghost is born. Yeah. It's a really upsetting film, to be honest. Alright, so what should be winning Cock and Ball Torture in number 1? Big Gun, and If You're a Rug, I'd Buy You coming in after that. Please, Christ, let this work. That looked good. That looked good, right? That looked good. Size. Okay, I'm just going to run it and see where we get to. Welcome to all crashed. Why? Do not eat the hoops. Hoops are fucking shite. Do not eat hoops. Rosanna, can we ban Rosanna, please? Time out 1 year. Do not eat hoops. Rosanna, what are you talking about? Hoops of. Try to use it, it tends to crash. Okay, people really enjoying cock and balls. I'll vote for hot. Okay, let's find out. Sorry, I was